think he's getting stressed a bit now.
At the Richmond practice, Leon and Agnes are hoping Scott can help 6-year-old Rico. Their miniature schnauzer can't be left alone without constantly barking and crying.
He gets very hyper, he starts panting, and it just gets into that state that's, it's very dangerous for him as well. He's got a condition of epilepsy, and we just don't want to have that happen, that he falls down and has the fits when we are not there.
What kind of dog is he?
I mean, he's a lovely dog. He loves people. He's not aggressive at all. It's just his anxiety about, like, if someone leaves him at home alone, he doesn't like that. He gets very anxious, cries the whole time.
So can you tell me a little bit about little Rico's history?
Yeah, so basically he's a family dog. He was with my dad since he was a puppy for about 2.5 years, and then my dad unfortunately passed away. And then after my grandma couldn't look after him, he stayed with my brother.
Okay, and where was this?
In Poland.
Oh, wow.
We didn't want him to go to another home that he doesn't know, or go with other people he doesn't know, or end up somewhere which is not nice for him. So we decided we'll adopt him and bring him to the UK. We were thinking of flying him over, but we know his anxiety and it's going to be a lot stressful for him. So I decided we'd drive to pick him up.
Wow.
Yeah.
You drove to Poland to pick up a dog. Wow, that's dedication.
Yeah.
There's not many people that would drive 1,000 miles and back to pick up a dog, and they've done just that. So I know that Rico's in very, very safe hands. We just need to help them to get over this little behavioural glitch. Does he have any medical problems, any sort of medical concerns?
I know that my brother said he had epilepsy, so he had twice this year.
We've got a nervous dog who's now showing signs of seizures. And when a dog is nervous, their seizure threshold, the point where they have fits, is lowered. So he's more likely to have them. So it's very, very important that we get on top of his nervousness. A, so that he doesn't have any more seizures, and B, so that you guys get to have a life.
Yeah.
Rico doesn't know anything else but having 100% human interaction at all times. And sadly, when you are a working couple, you need to leave the house at some point, and that's where the problems are going to start. If it's okay with you, I think that we need to see this behaviour in action. So can I invite myself to your house?
Yeah,
Of
sure.
course, yeah.
Hey, Scotty says relax. Hey, Leon. How you doing? Hi, Agnes.
Hello.
Wow, I can hear the boy is already kicking off.
Come in.
Thank you very much.
Come in.
Oh my goodness. He's very, very vocal, and I'm amazed that the neighbours aren't complaining.
Scott's arrival at Agnes and Leon's home has immediately brought Rico's anxiety issues to the surface.
Hello, champ. How you going?
But his frantic barking is all show.
Straight away, he greets me very, very positively. He's a really friendly, sweet dog, and he loves lots of cuddles. You're one affectionate little fellow, aren't you? Hey, you like a cuddle and a smooch, don't you? Well, it's very good to see that he's a very sociable and affectionate dog.
Yeah.
What I really need, though, is to see how he behaves when you're not here. And then we can just understand the problem a little more. To be able to see Rico behave normally, I need to do a bit of surveillance. Leon, you and I will go next door and we'll watch the footage. Agnes, you're going to be doing exactly what you do when you leave the house. So you're just going to be putting your shoes on, grabbing your keys, grabbing your bag, and then leaving. And then we're going to be watching little Rico and see how he behaves. Sound good?
Perfect.
Excellent.
All right, let's get stuck in. This is a fantastic house because I actually get a live feed as to how the dog is behaving. Feels like we're in mission control.
Yes.
Should we grab a seat
of
and
course.
settle in? We need some popcorn.
Yeah.
Interestingly, he's already looking at the door
Yeah.
just by her putting her shoes on.
Correct.
So he's relating the two already.
Okay. Wait. Rico, sit. Stay. Good boy.
Closing the door. It's quiet. For about 4 or 5 seconds.
Yes, that's it.
He really gets pretty stressed pretty quick, doesn't he? I mean, he's gone from just a little bit of whimpering to barking to howling. Yeah, I mean, he's really going for it. How long have you seen him actually bark for?
We've about an hour.
all he can think of when Agnes leaves the house is, I'm just going to scream until she comes back.
After observing Rico's reaction, Scott phones Agnes and asks her to come back.
Calm down, Rico.
One mistake she makes straight away is immediately giving Rico lots of attention. And that's understandable, that's human nature. If an animal's upset, you're going to want to try and make it feel better. But actually what she's doing is unwittingly reinforcing the barking. I bark, Mummy comes back and gives me a cuddle. Well, guys, I think it's pretty clear from today that he has a condition called separation anxiety. And the reason that he's developed that is purely and simply stress. I mean, he's lost his primary carer in your dad, and he's driven over 1,000 miles to come to the UK. And even though you guys are such dedicated, caring owners, it's still a new environment.
With the added complication of Rico's epilepsy, a solution needs to be found quickly.
There's two big words I'm going to throw at you, okay? So the first one is called counter conditioning, and that's basically getting him to start thinking positively about something he thought about before as negative. So you leaving the house, that sucks. He hates it.
Yeah.
He does not want you to do that. So what we need to try and do is encourage him to think positively. So what you're going to be doing from now on is you're going to give him something to chew or something to play with just before you're about to leave. And so then he can start thinking positively, because normally, particularly as boys, we love it when we get food, and it's going to make us feel positive and feel happy. These are treat balls. Basically, you can pop his normal food in there.
Yeah.
And it rolls around. And then he's encouraged to look for his food. It's investigative. It makes him think about how he can get it out. So it's problem solving, using his brain. But also the food that you give him can be entertainment. And this is the way to make that happen. Then after him getting used to various treats and toys, then the next thing is something called desensitization. What you need to try and do is to actually ignore him for about 15 minutes before you leave and about 15 minutes after you arrive, so that you leaving the house and returning isn't exciting. It's actually really boring.
Yeah.
And boredom for dogs is actually an effective means of getting them to get over a behavior. Agnes and Leon have to earn a living. So if Rico continues to behave this way and they start getting neighbours complaining, who knows, the worst case scenario would be they'd have to rehome him. And I really, really hope that won't be the end of this story for them. Hello, Agnes. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Very good. My goodness, it's very quiet in here.
It's been 2 weeks since Scott's first visit to see the stressed out Rico, and a lot has changed.
No barking. Goodness me, the change in you, hey? Are you being a good boy, hey?
So far, so good, but Scott needs to see what happens when the Schnauzer is left alone.
Rico's very calm and very relaxed in the house with us there, and that's fantastic. But I'm really intrigued to see the footage that Agnes and Leon have captured of Rico when they do leave the house.
So this is the bit we filmed this morning. So this is Agnes coming in.
So I'm just coming in, basically getting him occupied with some food as well, like you mentioned, with the little toys, so he can get occupied with his mind trying to get the food out. Good boy.
The food ball works exceptionally well to distract Rico from when his owners are going to leave the apartment, but also it tires him out. It makes him work for his food and also work out the way in which he can get the food out of the ball, which is tiring out his mind as well as his body. So it's a perfect tool for Rico.
So this is pretty much when we're kind of preparing ourselves to go to work. You know, the dog will still be in the room with us, and then we'll just give him a command just to sit and stay.
And basically just not interacting with him much, so he can just get himself settled. It's difficult to stay away from him. He's a lovely, cute dog, and he wants your love, so you kind of automatically want to give him the love.
Good idea, nice and calm, getting prepared for that leave. So that's good, that's perfect, nice and calm, and close it. This is interesting.
And this is where I think the most improvement we've made, where, you know, he's in his bed, he's staying.
This is great. I mean, this is a calm, relaxed dog. You've left, he's like, I know they'll be back. Rico, that is so good. They've proved that old dogs can learn new tricks, and they've taught this dog that it's okay to be by yourself sometimes.
Good boy.
Here you go, good.
It's really good to see the training and discipline, it actually works.
Good.